Hey there lovelies, it's Sarah Leonard here from auraangelart.etsy.com, and this is my journal spread for the week. I seem to have gone into the double page spreads the last couple of weeks, and for this one, before I started the video, I glued down a whole page of this collage paper, the ones that I downloaded from Etsy, which I've shown you before. Because I was inspired by these little flowers to create these little kind of fairy angels out of that design. So I glued down the whole page there before I began and then kind of sketched in these little fairies around the art that was already there. And the word that I chose for this week's spread was rise. And it says to attain a higher level, to prove oneself equal to, or to come into existence, which I thought was a really nice kind of word that's sort of represented by this sort of sense of movement in the painting itself. And so I've used that on the opposite page with some little cut-out hearts. I actually made those little hearts myself. I have these little tins that are full of smaller collage pieces that I've kind of ones that I've ripped up for other things in the past, and I just kind of squirrel them away for when I need them. And I also have this little cutting stamp in the shape of a heart. So that's the one that I used to create these little hearts and collage them all in place. For all of the collaging, I used my Mod Podge, the matte version. And then to kind of bring it together, I tried to replicate the colours. So the same colours from the background on this page were used in the background on this page. I also, right near the end, added in a layer of this Tim Holtz distress paint, just to kind of bring more sort of cohesion between the two pages. I felt like this one was too bright without it. So most of the background colours that I did, I used my Neocolor 2 crayons, and I chose 3 different colours, so Sahara yellow, olive, light olive, and what's this one called? Jade green. So they were the 3 that I used around the angels and around the back of the page, and also on the opposite page as well. I kind of firmed those colours up a little bit, made them a bit more vibrant with my gelatos. So I used kiwi and caramel. They were the colours. That sounds more like food than paint, really, if you ask me. And then I brought the whole 2 pages together, giving a sort of darker kind of frame, if you like, using an iced coffee gelato, which is a kind of metallic coffee colour. Very nice. What else did I use? I used my Portrait Pink acrylic paints just to paint in these little girls. I didn't give them facial features because they are quite small. So I kind of just left them as almost those little Waldorf inspired angels. I used my other Neocolor 2s. I think I used this lilac colour. I don't know if it's actually called lilac. The half of the wrapper's peeled off on that one. But I used that for the excuse me, the skirt and the shoes. I also used some of my Tombow markers in the hair. Mainly some brown colours. I did find that it was quite hard to go in over the crayon. I was planning to use my Prismacolor pencils, but they just wouldn't quite work. I think I had more of a layer of the watercolour crayons on than I realised. And usually for sort of outlining the girls and giving them definition, I just used a Bic pen, simple Bic ball pen, and that's also what I used for the little music notes on the opposite page. So I did a very sort of scribbly loose kind of outline of their details with this one. I used a little bit of the Stabilo All pencil where there were parts where the gelato and the crayon just wouldn't cooperate with the pens or the pencils. I used a little bit of the Jane Davenport paint over pen just to add a bit of extra definition to the legs mainly. I was trying to sort of bring them forward beyond the stem of the flowers that was already in the design. And I used another Jane Davenport paint over pen in Starfish, just for the little rosy cheeks. I used my favourite sparkly Jane Davenport pen. I'm obviously slightly obsessed with Jane Davenport stuff. It's very good art supplies. That I used in the hair, and I used different colours of that sparkly pen on the dress and also on this page as well, just to kind of highlight that word. I used a metallic paint marker in gold just to add some extra details across both pages, again to bring everything together. I used my Uniball eye pen to add some definition around all of these hearts and around my quote on this page. And for the initial sketching, I used my Graph Gear mechanical pencil. And I think that's all of the things that I used in this particular spread. So fairly simple, fairly straightforward, all very sort of improvised, and only came to me as I was looking through the collage pages. It only came to me what I wanted to do when I saw those particular flowers and realised I could turn them into something a little bit different. So I hope you'll enjoy watching this spread come to life. I hope it might inspire you to create some art for yourself. If you like my art, then please feel free to check out my Etsy shop. I'll put the link in the comments below in the description. And if you like it, you might find something in my shop that would suit your home perfectly. I'd very much appreciate your support. Feel free to leave any comments as well on the video, any questions you might have about supplies or anything like that. And thanks ever so much for watching. Bye bye.